Upholstery. Spend the day in my workroom with me as I make a headboard out of the most beautiful embroidered quilt. It's a really good one, I hope you like it. Yeah, I've got a square headboard today, which I haven't done a square headboard in ages, so I'm quite excited. It's a super king though, so it's really big, which means I'll have to have a join in my foam over here. I always have the straight edge of the foam on the pillow stop because it's so much easier to cut this angle because else the wood gets in the way, so I can get a cleaner cut if I have the excess dangling off the edge rather than on the pillow stop. This is going in really cool fabric as well. I think she saw my embroidered crewel fabric video and then messaged and was like, I've got this amazing like Kantha quilt. How nice is that going to look? I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to centralise that little square thing. Wow, this looks so nice. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It can probably come in a little bit higher. Yeah, that's about central. Gosh, it's going to be hard to get this all straight. I'm not going to cut anything away from it until it's all stapled on because I want to be as efficient as I can with this fabric. So that is my middle section. Such a good idea as well. I love the look of Kantha Quilt. Don't see why not. Why you can't just use whatever to upholster things. Okay, that feels a good tightness so far. Have a look at the position. Brown. Yeah, that feels good. That could go that way, that way. Yeah, it could go slightly that way on that side. This is what is curving the most at the moment. So I'm going to try and get that straight by tacking this pillow stop bit first. Because my most important straight line is that top one, and so if I get this one into position and then start messing around, if I got that into position and then had to mess around with this loads, then it might throw all of that out. So I think if I get this into position and then do the top after that, just so that I know that my top line will definitely be straight. I'm not like pulling it more after I've done it. That makes sense in my head. I think the thing is with stuff like this that's handmade is that it's never going to be like industrially straight. It's going to be so charming. I think I've got it as straight as I can here. Okay, we've got a bit of a pull. Those two. Oh, let's release it. I feel like I need to just appreciate that this is never going to be perfectly straight. But it hurts my soul sometimes. Like that can go down a little bit. Not perfectly straight. Really want it to be straight. Because that bit's straight but that bit's not. So I think just the stitching obviously isn't straight because it's handmade. I just like everything to be really perfect. Okay, that can come down a tiny bit. Yeah, the stitching isn't straight. Okay, that panel needs to come down. I think I need to see it on the floor. This line here is lovely and straight, then this one isn't, and so it's this stitch line that is out of line, and you can see, so the Kantha stitches are straight running there, and then this blue stitch is running not parallel for this section and then parallel with it everywhere else. So it is all just handmade and not straight. I mean, it's so beautiful if you look up close. Embroidered and stunning. And the back fabric has flowers on it as well. It is really lovely. These colours are just gorgeous. At the moment I'm just honing in on tiny details, when if you step back a bit it might look more straight, so I'm going to do that. love how it looks. I think it looks amazing, but I'm thinking like, oh, my stuff's not straight, or I've done it skew. But then, I mean, look at the distance between the end of the screen and the blue there, and then over here, the distance between the end of the green and the blue. Like, this is not straight. And so, I think I've put it on as straight as I can. I'm going to get my OCD sister in to see what she thinks. How done is this fabric?
Oh my
Kantha
god,
Quilt.
that's beautiful.
The only thing is this, that it's not straight.
Oh
But it's the stitching, because look at the distance between that and that.
It's organic.
And then the distance between that and that. Like, I think I've done it as straight as I can.
Yeah, like if you look at the stitches,
It's not straight.
Yeah.
But is it bothering
But it's like
you?
handmade. No,
Like,
it won't ever be straight.
I don't... Yeah.
I love these flowers. I love the colours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really stunning.
Okay, I got my sister's approval. So I can cut away these. So I'm doing a contrast piping, but this is the border, like the thing running along here. And so what I'm going to try and do is get this pretty green thing to be the border piece, at least at the top, and then that will run like that with the piping here, and at the back. Also, Aaron and I have designed, like, all the headboards that we make, we've designed ourselves, the shapes. And we spent hours, like, coming up with designs, trying them out, getting the perfect shapes. And we've actually not really done square ones. And then when he cut it yesterday and we, like, laid the fabric on it, we laid the fabric on it, he looked at me like, I think this might be my favourite shape headboard. I was like, oh, don't say that. I'm not I like the, like, really elaborate, cute, swirly ones. Whereas the whole time we could have just done these. I reckon the fabric has quite a lot to do with it though, to be honest. But it's like, with fabric this beautiful, that's the like a large feature of it, is like the textures, the colours, the intricateness, like it's got the Kantha stitching. And so that's doing so much of the work of, wow, it's a beautiful headboard. But in a way you don't really need like a really crazy shape to make it stand out. Okay, I need to measure for piping now. $4 that way, and 7.6 meters. I ordered some samples from Linwood and they arrived in such a pretty envelope that I had to put it on my pin board. But we ordered all these different, she wanted to pick out like different parts of the pattern. She wanted this part, and this part. So I ordered a few samples to try and match in velvet. So I got that one to match that one. This one, oh no, maybe it was that one and that one, to try and match that. Then those two pinks, which just look a bit flat, like they don't look, I don't think that does anything. So we didn't go for any pinks. And then that one to match that, and this one, and we went for this one. That was a good choice, because that looks really pretty. I do really like this one. Is it this one? No, I do really like this one. I do really like that. But I think the match wasn't bang on. And then that one, I like the brightness of it, but I think it wasn't quite the right fit either. So we went for this one, which was Lagoon, and I think it looks really nice. God, that's such a nice colour. Looks amazing. Do my wiggles on the back, one side. So when I join up my piping, find my wiggle side and a non-wiggle side, match the fronts facing inwards, and then I'm going to sew diagonally along there so that the join is on a angle where the bulk is. You're spreading out the double layer along the piping, else it would all be thick in one small section and you'd get a really obvious lump. So that's why you do it diagonally, and then you just chop away this excess. And then when I sew it, I'll flatten them out so that, so now you can see when it's folded over there's 2 layers here, 2 layers there, rather than 4 layers in one place. So when I get to my join, flatten it out, put my cord in, and then I just go slightly slower over it. Okay, I made enough piping so that I could definitely not have like a join in the middle. So I'm going to have one join on the end, one join on the end. Okay, I'm trying to work out how my border's going to look. I really love the idea of having this running like that along the top. I think that looks really pretty. So I've got enough to go along the whole top. Once I get to the sides, I have to use the edge pieces, and there wasn't enough of there's not enough space here to carry it on down the sides. So I think I'm going to have this flowery bit down the side. So the top edge will be this pretty border, and then the edge will be these flowers. I think I've got a plan of how this is all going to look. Straightish, straightish. That piece come out a little bit. Cool. Okay, this piece of polywadding is the wastage of the top piece when I put it on the foam. So I'm able to use all the wastage polywadding, so actually none or hardly any will go to waste on this project, which is nice. Gosh, that is beautiful.